that happened just the other day?
No.
So there, I don't give a fuck about the actual debate or like the policies they were debating or any of that. There's a very interesting excerpt from this debate that I want to play for you.
Okay.
Because there's a mayor candidate named Spencer Pratt who is like pretty famous in his own right. I recognize the name. I don't even know what he does.
Okay.
But he's like running for mayor against Karen Bass, who's our current mayor. And he lets out this line talking about like, I'll just play it. Play it. Here we go.
Councilwoman Robbins' plan for treatment first. I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bed. They want fentanyl or super. These ideas.
Super. Or super. He's talking about the homeless issue, you know, because Karen Bass is once again like, we just need to provide more housing. And honestly, as brutal as that guy's statement is, he is right to an extent. You know, it is not a housing issue.
Yeah.
It is a mental health and a issue first, and then housing second.
Yeah.
You know, and housing is still, I mean, it's too expensive here for sure.
Right.
But still, the real takeaway from that though is what the fuck is super?
Yeah. I always think, what is super?
What are you talking about? Super. So I hopped on Google and I did my little bit of research, and this is apparently a real thing. So previously, once upon a time, when we were much younger, about 2 decades ago, Kyle, we just had normal here in the U.S. and a lot of it. And apparently the U.S. government was not a big fan of how much was being cooked. So we put some restrictions on precursors in 2006. We made it harder to get them.
Gotcha.
Apparently before 2006, you could just go to the store and buy everything you need to go cook, you know, nothing. Which honestly, hey, this is America, dude. You should still be able to do that. But after 2006, the cartels that were cooking, you know, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme, they were like, man, they banned all our precursors. What are we going to do? Let's make it even better. Let's make it more pure. So the cartels developed a new recipe using new precursors that results in a product that is at least 93% pure and produces a high lasting up to 24 hours.
This is basically the Breaking Bad.
Yes. So the Breaking Bad is actually real. And I just finished watching Breaking Bad for the second time the other day. I never knew this was real, but like it is a direct result of us trying to intervene with legislation. And it talks about the health dangers here: severe cardiovascular problems, neurological damage, organ failure, psychosis, and contamination. What the fuck do you mean contamination? You know, they also say here that super causes noticeable physical, behavioral, and psychological symptoms, including rapid weight loss, paranoia, aggression, hallucinations, and intense cravings.
I also see mixing it with makes it even more deadly.
Yeah, thanks. I would have had no idea.
Mixing super.
I would have had no clue. Thank God they let us know that. You know? Now, the interesting part here is like
for me.
how they make it, right?
Yeah.
Previously, the ingredients, the main ingredients, the precursors you need to make are ephedrine and pseudoephedrine. Pseudoephedrine. I probably butchered those words. But now they're over the counter and there's limits on them. And like when you go to the store and buy a bunch of that, they'll report you to like the DEA or whatever. They'll be like, hey, like this guy bought more Pseudo than he could consume in an entire fucking lifetime, you know? And this shit is apparently so strong that users add to it to balance out the high because it's too potent.
Okay.
It's way too geeky.
It's a crazy upper, so they add a little bit of a downer to it.
Yeah, so like, we'll just sprinkle a little on the bowl, you know? It's like smoking like a spliff bowl when you put a little tobacco on top. They're like, dude, we need a little bit of upper in there, you know?
Wow.
And there's no actual information on like what
he said it
they're using as the new ingredients, but it is
this nigga's really from Illinois.
referred to as P2P, phenyl-2-propanone. I mean, I probably butchered that too. And apparently, it's also cheaper.
Damn. Okay.
So not only is it better, but it's cheaper, and it's so good that they have to mix it with. And what's really crazy is, according to this article from Farm Check, 96% of seized is now super. 96% of it.
Do you ever feel like we're losing the?
They can't even weigh that shit, bro.
War on.
I feel like we're missing out on some good. Bro, fuck the war on it. I think we're missing out, dude. We quit too soon.
Dude, every time we outlaw one thing, it just gets like 10 times more potent.
I mean, we've been losing the war on, though. The entire concept behind the messaging of like, they're bad, don't do them, or you go to jail never worked to begin with.
No.
You know, like it's. I think, like, do I think that all should be completely legalized and available to everybody? No.
Okay.
But like, do I think that trying to play this cat and mouse game of banning the ingredients and the things you need to do them and banning possession and arresting dealers will ever work either? No. Like,
it definitely seems like every time we outlaw one thing, it just gets tenfolded, you know?
Well, yeah, and you can apply that to any illicit market. You arrest the plug. Okay, the guy below him just took his job.
Well, I mean, even think back, like, first it was opium, and then it was hair, and then hair turned into fentanyl, and like every time we, go to war with one, it just, it gets way, way worse.
Yeah, I mean, we tackled the opioid crisis. We arrested a bunch of doctors for, giving bad prescriptions. We fined the ever-living fuck out of pharmaceutical companies for the opioid crisis, and like now we're all just smoking.
Right, we tried to make it harder to make. Now we have the Breaking Bad that is so strong you have to mix with it to tame it. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think decriminalization is the way to go. I don't think this cat and mouse game of banning precursors is ever going to work.
No.
These motherfuckers are going to figure it out every time. I mean, it even occurs in the market. Look at how many synthetic opioids are out there.
That's true.
There's a million of them, bro. THC, HHC, fucking Delta 8, Delta 10. There's a million altnoids out there that cost pennies on the dollar to produce. They're far cheaper. They're stronger than regular THC. Some of them can even be addictive. And like, those are all a result of regulation. Like, no one is choosing to smoke those altnoids because they want to.
No.
They're choosing to smoke those altnoids because the main noid they want to consume is banned and they can't get it where they're at.
Right. So,
yeah, prohibition never works. This shit never works.
No.
And I just thought it was very crazy to hear Superman referred to on a debate stage.
I could be way wrong here, but
Okay.
wasn't absinthe or Malort like a
Malort,
direct,
like the liquor?
Yeah, wasn't one of those? Wasn't it like a direct result of prohibition?
I have no idea, honestly.
I think one of them was a result of prohibition.
Was
actually.
absinthe a result of prohibition? Let's see.
What about Malort? I think Malort is the Chicago one, right?
Yeah. Have you ever drank Malort?
No.
You
should
don't
we
want
try
to.
that?
Malort, yeah, Malort's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and that's one of the strongest liquors
This
ever.
guy's
and
the
it's
OG fucking TA vendor, bro. He's selling
literally
that shit as a
product
loophole.
of like, yeah,
Come drink my medicinal tonic, guys.
prohibition.
I had this loophole in the Volstead Act. This shit's been going on for over 100 years. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
we have been playing cat and mouse with for 100 years, and it's literally never worked. Like, I think there's only, and I'm not saying it's right, but there's only two ways to actually effectively enforce prohibition. You got to go Indonesia mode and just start cutting people's heads off in the town square, or like you just got to decriminalize it all.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only two ways to keep out of your society, like for the most part. And even then, like, dude, Japan, for example, Japan has crazy laws, and there's a pretty big stoner community there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like those guys, like there's like headies over there that like smoke and like the same shit we smoke in Japan. You know, you can't keep it out. You could try to hide it. You know.
Yeah.
You know who was left out of the debate though?
Out of the mayor debate?
Yeah, there was someone left out of the super discussion.
Did they leave out?
There was a serious candidate. This guy came on my Instagram feed the other day, and he has quickly become my favorite person on Instagram, dude.
Maka.
I'd like to introduce you to Randeep Dillon. Now,
okay.
Randeep Dillon, I'd like to remind you, the debate that is being referred to here was the Los Angeles mayor debate.
Right.
Okay? Only for mayor candidates in the city of Los Angeles. Randeep Dillon here is running for governor of the state of California.
Okay.
He believes he has been wrongly excluded from the debate. So he has posted a video exposing the debate for charging $1 million to be on the stage. He does not accept that. Let's listen in.
Today is May 5th, 2026. This evening, there's a debate day in Los Angeles, California, hosted by CNN. All of the candidates for governor race joining for the debate.
They are not governor candidates.
So they probably
mayor
offered
candidates.
him. They were
Karen
like,
Bass is not the governor, bro.
They were like, you don't really belong here, but if you want, I mean, $1 million will give you a spot.
My favorite part is that they quoted him a price still. Like, they were like, I mean, if you got $1 million, like you can make it up here.
Maca has been ignored. Why Maca?
Maca has been ignored. Maca is his campaign slogan. Make affordable California again.
Oh, good.
$10 million for gatekeeping, game fee, join bureaucracy. Maca is affordability. Maca is you.
Maca is you.
I'm worried about your paycheck to paycheck. We do not want to buy the media. We do not want to participate in the stage by paying. Maca is affordability. We refuse.
My favorite part is like this guy's not saying he's not even trying to raise money. He just says, I will not have any campaign.
I'm not paying for
I'm spending money on
bro.
nothing.
I'm not paying for
am
advertising.
Join Maca. Raise your voice. Ignore this debate today.
Ignore this
Join
debate
Maca.
today, he
Thanks.
says.
Californians.
You don't
Number
even...
Number two, a debate should be for all Californians. So I can just get up
Fuck
there
the
and be
mayor
like,
part of
I
it.
disagree.
This guy's getting up there. He's talking about San Francisco shit. They're like, listen, this is just the mayor debate. He's like, okay, but
yeah, but
that's
listen.
in California, so it's my jurisdiction. I should be up here. People love this guy too. And the crazy, I thought he was a troll at first. When he came on my feed, I was like, this can't be a real person. But no, Randeep Dillon is actually like registered in the governor race, and Instagram even has him verified here as a California governor candidate for 2026. Dr. Randeep S. Dillon.
That's his script. That's his bio.
Economist, farmer.
Look at this. Oh, where is he? Hold on. Where's our boy?
That one.
That guy's
woman
smiling
like
crazy.
Kamala.
Holy fuck. Where's Randeep?
Who is that, dude? Do not let him run.
Dude, these guys look crazy. Where's Randeep? Oh, they got him one above the bottom.
So boy.
Wait, honestly, fuck Randeep. Look at this schizo below him. This guy's legal name is Living for God and Country Demont. My legal name, Living for God, means living a life reflecting the good. Dude, this is Joel Blazer. This is literally Joel Blazer.
No, I got a pamphlet. I think I threw it away, unfortunately. But he was in the pamphlet. I saw this guy. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to his profile right now. This is. He has 260K.
Oh my god.
What? No, fuck Randeep. We need a debate between Randeep and Living for God and Country Demont. Fuck. This looks like this is literally the worst. That's a mugshot, bro. That is like a DUI picture.
That's the one they take with the webcam at the DMV. Yeah.
Whoa, wait, read Don J. Grundman's thing. Kirk murdered by shaped charge bomb Israel used. Government knows. YouTube. No. Why Kirk had. This next voicemail we're going to listen to, I don't know if this individual has any real problems in their life, but we're going to listen to a girl who chose to become a Pilates instructor content creator and had to cut off her grandma. That's her problem. So I'm going to listen before I even play this voicemail. I would bet like all the money I have that this chick's from Southern California, like all of it. Dude, I bet the house.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have a house, but everything.
Honestly think that I have the most problems in the world. I'm literally problem maxing right now. But I think one of the biggest problems right now is my family and career path. I decided to become a Pilates instructor / content creator. And my family is also fucking insane and follows me on all of my social media. I actually had.
If you're just doing Pilates, what's wrong with your family following you though?
Like, you cut off one of my family members, my grandma Pilates last week, because she is like not.
Wait, you had to cut off.
Follows me on all of my social media.
Stop running back.
I actually had to cut off one of my family members, my grandma last week, because she is like, not to bring up politics, but she's like mega and disgusting. So I guess like one of my biggest problems is because I know my family follows me, I'm scared to be like truly authentically myself.
What is that?
So I wanted to see what you would have to think about that. And then I also have kind of put myself in a little career box by being in the fitness industry. I'm kind of like between studios right now, between jobs, and I'm just really feeling like I put myself in a box.
Did she go to school?
And I can't really escape because I didn't go to college, and I've been doing Pilates for 3 years. So if you have any advice, I'd love to hear it, bro.
I mean, fuck. I don't think I'd call me of all people for Pilates advice, but you know, here I am, and we're gonna call her. But before I call her, I love this voicemail so much because we heard voicemails with people who have some fucked up problems. I mean, we got a voicemail later from a guy who has cancer. Like, dude, this shit's getting real. And this girl's like, I think I have the most problems in the world. I am a Pilates instructor, content creator that had to cut off my fucking bitch grandma. Let's get it. No, I'm calling her right now. I'm so intrigued by this situation. Fucking piece of shit, grandma. Everyone's grandpa.
Hello?
Yo, you're on the Gobcast. You mind being recorded?
Bro, yeah, no, for sure.
I heard you have some serious problems going on in your life.
Dude, my life is kind of hella whack right now, dog. Okay, so like I said, I kind of put myself into a corner in the fitness industry, which is like a very fun industry to be in. Like, I can
okay.
I'm like, you know, like I get to wear like a sports bra and leggings to work, and I don't have to worry about spreadsheets. But I have this insane commute to get into work, and I just like hate. I'm at this one corporate studio that's like literally insane. I'm not gonna say which one it is because it's kind of like
I know
very well
which
known.
one.
Yeah.
She's stupid. She shouldn't
But
have
they
said
have a lot of
that.
unrealistic
She shouldn't
expectations
have said that.
for instructors to have, and it's kind of like burning me out. And then I started at a different studio that's a bit closer to me, and it's more of a refined practice. Like I'm around more like well-mannered people, not like the insane like I'm around a lot of like tech bros and tech girls, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because like it's kind of insane. Needless to say, I'm doing also a lot of working out and a lot of smoking weed and also now a lot of drinking Bush Apple since it just came out. So I'm kind of like
Okay.
running
It did
myself
not
dry.
just come
And I
out.
think I need to make some tough decisions about like where to pivot next. I've also started making money off of the TikTok creator fund. I'm kind of running myself into a hole there. I'm kind of like niching too down. And I'm fighting with TikTok because they put my payout for March into someone else's PayPal account. And it was like $1,000. And their only customer service
You
pros
got
an AI
$1,000 off
chatbot.
TikTok in March?
Yeah, dude.
How many followers do you have?
I just hit 26K.
Oh, so you're doing good.
Yeah, no, dude, I've been growing. Every month I've been growing. Every month I've made more money. I made like $300 in December of 2025, and it's just gotten like bigger from there. You have to post every day. You have to. No
Okay,
ifs,
so
ands, or
wait,
buts.
where does the problem arise here? Because this sounds great.
Well, the TikTok money is unreliable at the moment.
Uh-huh.
And so at the other studio that I started at, I'm not getting the same amount of like classes per week. So I don't feel comfortable getting rid of my corporate studio job, which I get a set amount of classes. It's pretty steady. But it's also like completely draining me. I just don't know where to pivot with that.
What is she asking, bro?
I mean, naturally, I would tell, I'm a little biased, but I'd probably tell you to just keep cooking the social media stuff. But you're also making it sound like social media is a problem because your family follows you.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, so my family's kind of insane. I'm from the Midwest too, so they kind of got those like conservative values, and like I haven't like cut them off, but I haven't blocked them, but I don't talk to them. So like I don't care what they think about me, but like like I recently just started telling them openly that I smoke weed because like that was a big taboo, but now it's like kind of less, I guess. Like THC seltzers are taking over the Midwest, dude.
Yeah, they're taking over everywhere.
But like I don't understand how they're legal out there, and they're also like, I don't know, they kind of sketch me out. But my family's chill with those, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna tell them like I'm a huge ass stoner. But then my fucking aunt the other day made like an off-putting comment that I'm gonna go like smoke a shit ton of weed once we get off this phone call, and I was like, ooh. I just like, how do you get over that, dude?
What was the comment? Do you remember like bar for bar what she said?
She was like, I want you to forget this conversation. I'm not gonna talk about the conversation because it is like I'm not gonna talk about it. But she was like, I want you to forget this conversation, so go smoke a shit ton of weed after this. And I was like, who told you that I smoke a shit ton of weed? And she was like, everyone knows you smoke a shit ton of weed. I was like, I didn't tell you that. So someone's talking. Everyone's talking.
Why is it a problem for her to know that though? Like, what is?
It's the judgment that comes with it is what I'm like concerned about. Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you talk about smoking weed on any of your content on the internet?
No, I don't directly talk about it. I posted a couple TikToks of like me like blowing smoke outside the screen, and then they got like taken off the For You page. So I don't know how to do it strategically. And I want to like sink it into the brand organically, and I haven't found a way to do that yet.
She needs to take like 5 gummies, like, and then just like
wait. So
Nope.
You made it
Pilates?
sound like in your voicemail that your family following your social media is a problem, though.
It is though, yeah, because I also
But
don't.
why
feel like
is that, though? Because you just do Pilates, right?
No, I don't post about Pilates on social media.
Oh.
That's the
What
other
is-
problem. So
I was under the impression you were a Pilates creator. Okay, what are you posting?
So on TikTok, I make money off of talking about my shitty experience working at Starbucks and then my shitty experience of living in the Midwest and then moving into a city for the first time. Because like I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. I don't understand how like
$1,000.
I don't understand how like public transit works. I didn't understand that I would have to like pay for parking when I go into the city that I like work in. Like I don't understand how anything works. And I like make content about that and then also working at Starbucks, nothing about Pilates.
What the fuck is this content?
Okay, and
How is she?
even then, that doesn't sound like it would be any worse than Pilates for your family to see you post.
Yeah, but the issue is I want to become like, I don't want to just stay in those niches because it's kind of reach based and it makes it works. It gets a lot of views. It makes money. I like doing it. I'm also like spreading like a message that I want to spread about like how shitty, not just like Starbucks workers get treated, but like every service industry or like really big corporation company average worker gets treated. And then also just like, I don't know where I was going with this. I'm hella stoned right now, dog. But I guess I'm trying to like shift into more of a just like chill, like girl who yaps at the camera, maybe sometimes is like stoned and talks about it and like doesn't care about what her family thinks about that, and then still gets money from that.
I mean, I think you're going to have to just get used to the fact that your family can find anything you post on the internet. Like my family knows all my shit. I don't know anyone who does what I do that doesn't have a family that knows what they do. You know, like you're going to, especially on TikTok, like the reach, the amount of people that like a viral post reaches on TikTok is 100-fold higher than of what a viral post reaches on YouTube. Like, so you're honestly, I mean, I hate to break it to you, but like, there's no, unless you make a new account where you don't ever show your face and it's completely anonymous. That's the only way you could ever do it. Otherwise, I mean, you're just going to have to suck it up. Like your family's going to know, you know, what you post online, especially if they already know your accounts. Like if they've already found your stuff, then you're just going to have to live with it. Honestly.
I hear you, dog. Like, I guess I was just wondering how you live with, like, what coping skills do you use so I can, like,
I don't cope. There's nothing to cope with, you know. My family's going to see my videos, and they're probably not going to like them, and that's all right. That's their decision, you know. Fuck them. I got some shit to post, you know. There's nothing to cope with. There's no coping skills.
Okay.
Fuck it, you know. I mean, I just think
that's real. That's real. No, I get you.
I don't know. And you already cut off your grandma, so like, what's the, you know, there's not much left to just cut off the rest of them, you know. I mean, if you're that concerned about it, like.
And the thing is that I only did that to her because she's the only one who reaches out to me. Like they don't reach out to me, which I guess.
What? Wait, grandma's the only one who reaches out to you, and you cut her off?
Well, no, like the only one, like. I have other people who reach out to me, but like other extended family.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have a huge ass family, dog. I'm not gonna get like too into it, but like I have a huge ass family, and it's like all expected that we like reach out to each other. As just like they're like it seems like that. It does not actually happen. And she was the only one who was like trying to, and I was like, no, I don't really want to right now. Like just not right now. The other ones just like haven't.
So your grandma was one of the most consistent family members, and you cut her ass off.
No. No, she's not like a nice grandma.
Why not? Like, tell me about cutting grandma off. What happened?
She just like there's like a messy divorce with my like grandfather and her.
Okay.
And then she like also did not marry a nice man.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just like it just makes family gatherings really awkward. I'm not gonna get too into it because like
yeah,
she's also kind of insane.
Well, fuck. I mean, Any shit you want to talk about grandma, I don't know if they're gonna find this. You know, this is probably safer than
No,
your
you're
TikTok.
so right. They're not gonna find
know,
it. Like, there's no way. But
you can-
yeah, no. She like, so I told her that I'm just like not talking to, you know, I'm not talking to people who are still into the shit she's into. And I just like told her respectfully why and that I loved her and like we could talk another time when I like feel ready. And she pulled the sorry you feel that way, and that she never thought that I could let politics get between mine and her love, which she hasn't reached out to me since like the beginning of the year around my birthday, which was like 4 months ago.
And you would really like actually, if she whatever political views she holds that really bother you, if she held those views for the rest of her life, you would just never speak to her again until she passed?
Yeah, it's just not. It's
really?
not really about the. It's not really about the political views. It's not. That's not how I. That's not how I perceive it, and that's how she perceives it. We just have different views of reality, and we do. We live in different. We do, like she lives in a teeny tiny town in the middle of nowhere in the Midwest. Like that's different. That's a different worldview.
I'd argue she's, you know, a product of her time and environment, though, is she not?
Oh yeah, 100%. But she also has made like different choices that show a change in character. 100%, like all throughout my childhood.
Fuck. Well, I mean, hey, I don't know her, but I think, you know, maybe you should give grandma one last shot sometime. I don't know. You know, maybe sit down, get a Caesar salad with her and lay it out, you know?
I don't know, dude. It's been 24 years.
Oh shit. Okay.
This has been my whole life. Like, I mean, my grandparents got divorced before I was born.
I don't know. Things can change, you know? Maybe one day she'll come around. But
maybe. We'll see. The world is
I appreciate you calling in and sharing your problems. I hope things get easier.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for listening to my rambling. Yeah, I appreciate your call. Hey, I know that you're like on a fucking health journey also. I love, if you ever want a Pilates class, like reach out.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. Are you in California?
I could get to California. Dude, doing Pilates stoned is the best fucking thing in the world.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I mean, fuck. Comments. Let me know if you want me to go do Pilates, dude. Fuck. All right. I appreciate the offer very much. Thank you.
Oh,
you have a good rest of your day.
No. You too, King.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Bye.
Yo, that chick has no problems in her whole life, dude. That I didn't want to say it during the call because I just feel like I knew you guys were all on the same page for sure. Yo, that yo. Her biggest problem was cutting off her MAGA grandma, and fucking her family found her TikToks talking about working at Starbucks. Like, how is that even? Bro, my mom and grandma watched my crack video. You want to talk about some problems with your content on the internet, dude? I posted about cooking crack at my mother's house before she found out that I cooked crack in her house. That's how she found out that video. And she found this, she had a hunch, but that was her confirmation. A lot of shit that happened in my life when I was younger. Once my mom discovered my YouTube channel, the floodgates were open, dude. My dad used to literally send my videos to the local police department, email them to my old, like, probation officer, and be like, you gotta lock this thug up. Like, this kid's fucked. You want to talk about some real family issues, bro? The other day, dude, I'll pull a text up right now. My mom, actually, wait, they're not on. This is my new phone. My phone broke the other day. I got a lot of problems. Dude, so I have a schizophrenic uncle, okay? I'm convinced he's schizo, no diagnosis. He wouldn't go to the doctor, so who knows? But, like, my whole mom's side of the family has been deteriorating. I mean, really, I don't know. There's a mind virus. There's a bug going through them. And I mean, like, legitimately. Grandma has got dementia, and she's just started making no sense whatsoever. She's getting scammed by, like, fake AI scams. Like, shit's out. The wheels are off the bus at this point, right? My uncle on my mom's side of the family out of nowhere, mind you, I have not seen this guy in 20 years. Like, I shit you not. This uncle of mine has not been to a family event, has not seen my mother or any of my aunts in decades. Out of nowhere, and I don't even know how he acquired the email addresses of all my family members, blast my whole family with an email that is an informal cease and desist that he wrote, claiming that he has autism and we cannot contact him because any contact is harassment against his condition. He doesn't have autism, bro. He's never been diagnosed with autism. He does not have that. And the title of the email is literally our last name, cease and desist. And like, just all the CCs it's the whole family. And he's like, do not contact me again. Next contact will be through my attorney. Bro, we haven't spoken to him in like 15 years. He doesn't come to anything. I have no idea why he wrote that. And he was like, and if you contact my daughter, I will notify authorities. Bro, I didn't even know he had a daughter. Like, I deadass didn't. I just found out about a new family member. Like, my schizo uncle thinks he has autism. He's hearing voices in his head. He's like, dude, it must be the autism. Like, fuck, you know? And this girl has the nerve to call into my show and tell me her biggest problem is her grandma voted for Trump. Dude, when I was a kid, listen, I think everyone that was born before like 1950 is just like racist. Like, that's just literally product of their time. It's how they were. And like, I have family members who it's definitely a little unsettling, you know, and you don't want to bring certain friends around them, but that's still my family member. And it's like, I look at those people and it's like, if you were born in today's world, I don't think you would think that way. You know, like if you were born 50 years later, I think you would be a very different person, you know? And I think that applies to everybody. Like me, my views right now, I say the word retard on this show every day, bro, all the time.
Why? Why though? I guess it depends on the context, but who is Karl Marx?
Mr. Beast is what Marx warned us about.
I'm not watching a psychology video.
This next voicemail we're going to listen to, I don't know if
Go ahead.
Thank Akatosh, the Oblivion crisis is over. Although with no emperor and no heir, I wonder what will happen to the Empire.
I've heard others say the same.
The boots of the Crusader have been given to a worthy knight, I understand. He must have been very brave.
So I've heard.
Everyone wants to know what really happened in the temple. What happened to Martin? Was the fiery dragon really Akatosh?
What great news!
Good day.
Good day.
I am rolling.
Oh, there's no way.
Episode 38, dude.
Yeah.
Crackheads. How's it feel?
Good. 38.
Back at the table.
Can't believe it.
What's been happening since 37?
I've been dealing with a crazy hangover this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Getting drunk with Acid Soldier and Christ Dillinger and their crew.
You were taking shots, yeah.
I was not ready for that. Like, physically, I guess. I didn't know. I didn't feel like I was drinking that much, and then yesterday it was a hard day.
I knew it was bad because when I walked in today, there was 2 half-drank large Dr. Peppers sitting on his kitchen counter, and I knew he wouldn't leave them half-drank. 2 of them.
It did feel like a crime.
Your body was rejecting the Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't keep anything down yesterday. But
2 half full Dr. Peppers equals 1.
no, it felt like a sin wasting Dr. Pepper. Yeah,
It's still there.
yeah.
Are you going to drink it?
No, because all the ice melted and no, it's not getting any more. But it did still feel like a sin to waste that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like wasting Dr. Pepper and weed. Like, I don't do that shit.
You also got Panera Bread, which was a shocking change of pace.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like that crazy. I like Panera.
Bro, you told me the last time we talked about your diet, you told me your eating healthy was Jersey Mike's.
Mm-hmm.
Panera is objectively far healthier than that.
Yeah. I don't eat Panera too often,
Like,
especially anymore.
That's a real health meal.
But yeah, Panera I guess is objectively healthier. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like Panera, but yeah, nowadays I only really get it when I'm sick.
What did you order?
I got a cheddar broccoli soup, and then like the baguette on the side.
You'll eat a soup with broccoli in it?
Yeah, I like broccoli.
But you won't take a bite of a Big Mac?
Well, I did.
The parallels are just so like crazy. Like
But-
I haven't.
No, I like broccoli. Yeah, I like broccoli.
Interesting. I never knew you were a broccoli guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I start putting broccoli in my like cooking episodes, am I gonna be locked in?
Yeah, I like broccoli.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Wait, what about the other green ones, like green beans
I like green beans and asparagus.
and asparagus?
Yeah.
Okay. The green ones are good. All the green veggies are pretty valid.
Yeah, for the most part.
Brussels sprouts are good.
See, I was just gonna say I don't love Brussels sprouts.
I like Brussels
but,
sprouts a lot.
I like broccoli, green beans, and asparagus. Yeah.
Bro, I used to get the frozen bag of Brussels sprouts and I throw it in the microwave. Literally just open it up, salt and a little pepper, shake it up, and just put a fork in it.
I remember you telling me that.
Like, dude, it's it's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. That shit helped me down. And those bags are cheap, dude. I would go to the store, we'd get them like, it would be like $2 for like $1 or some shit. Like really, like on sale when they were on sale. And even when they weren't, it was just $1 for $1. Like it was crazy. Those things were fire.
Is he still talking about Brussels
But
sprouts?
let's read some fucking comments, eh?
Oh yeah.
Read some commentos. Oh, let me close that tab. Oh, it's playing all the music. There we go. Okay. All right, ladies and gents, we have some silly little comments to read today. Just a little handful, you know. I guess I'll start us off. Sure. Says, can you guys have a beat battle? Download FL Studio and cook up a beat as a competition. Much love.
Oh.
Much love.
I'd be kind of down to try something like that.
What's FL Studio?
Oh god.
Perfect. That means we're ready to make a beat.
Okay.
It's I don't know, beat. It's how you make beats. It's like the audio software.
And we're gonna drop beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if we just become super? Like, what if we get? Like, what if we're really good?
I don't want to
Like,
be a
what
producer.
if we're like the next big thing?
I've met enough
The
rappers to
Blueface
know I
songs?
don't want to be their producer.
Okay. Fair.
That's why I know. Also, I feel like producers do hella work and like don't even get the like big share of the money, you know?
They get a plaque.
Like low key producers, like they get slept on a lot. Need some love, you know? What's the next comment, Kyle?
From Cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we're getting more and more conspiracies these days, and I think he's referring to like just in general. I don't think he means on the episodes. I think he means like there are just more conspiracies out these days, and yeah,
Really?
Which
I should interpret that as I thought he meant the show, but
yeah, it's hard. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe, in which case also kind of still yeah, but I think he means in general in the world. And I have also been noticing that like there used to be like 5 conspiracies and now there's like
do you
one
think
about
there was
everything.
just less, or did you just learn more of them?
I probably learned more of them, but I think it's due to them growing in popularity that I learned about them. Because I'm not more interested in conspiracies now than I was when I was 13, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
You said there was only 5 conspiracies.
yeah, but, you know, like popular ones, you know?
Yeah, understandable. What's the next one?
Pillsbury Dope Boy 334 says lightsaber would be a fantastic tool for certain trades and labor. Dude, I agree wholeheartedly.
Labor.
I think it would be so cool. Like imagine like welding, like you get a lightsaber available. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I
It'd be
feel
like
like
a
you probably,
mini
like,
one.
cut a fucking limb off though, because it's basically weightless.
Yeah.
There's no weight to the beam that comes out of it, so it's like
Yeah.
maintaining the momentum of like using that as a tool.
But then you become Darth Vader.
Not necessarily. I mean, you just have to have the force. use a lightsaber now? Is that literally the only qualification? You have to have the Force?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, if you cut your limb off, you're on the Darth Vader track. So.
Fuck.
You want to do the next one, or you want me to?
You read it, because I feel like I'm about to start coughing.
Okay. BW Lead says, if you guys ever stop making the hats, I will fucking crash out.
Did you pull this one because you wanted to address? Are we ever going to stop?
No, yeah, we are not.
Okay.
Stop. I don't think we have any plans in stopping the hats. Yeah, we just get more and more creative every week.
There you go. There you go. Very nice. What's our last comment, Kyle? Go ahead and read it. I'm done reading comments.
Okay. Lucas says, if anyone would fall off an elephant at the circus, it's Kyle. And yeah, I do agree. I would be doing some silly things, trying to, get comfortable on top of the elephant or something, and I would fall off, yeah. Yep.
Beautiful observation. Astute observation. I have nothing to add to that. That's, we're going to leave that right there where it is. Episode 38.
Yeah.
Bang, boom, pow. Thank you all for tuning in. Banger of an
I didn't really plan. Islamia is up, and no matter the weather you played in, I might be on nose.
Doctors of Reddit, what is something that you wish everyone knew about their body? Two things.
This is what Linus be doing. Like, he's a fucking, like...
Two things.
This is what Linus Tech Tips does with the PC building Reddit, but he's, like, not a doctor.
Are you going to allow me to do two things? I'll do two things. Thing number one, fevers are a protective mechanism that your body uses to improve its protection from the outside world. So when your body is experiencing invasion from bacteria or viruses, it actually increases its core temperature. And as a result, your body gets warmer, so your immune system functions more efficiently, and viruses cannot replicate as well at higher temperatures. Don't get me wrong, there are times where we need to lower someone's fever. So there is no one-size-fits-all rule for this, but for me, and again, I'm going to say for me because you should always consult your own doctor. If I have a mild fever, I clap for my body that it's helping me beat the infection. Number two, pain is a signal from the body to warn you that something is going on. Now, if you know something is going on, like a musculoskeletal injury, especially a mild one, you know that doing minor motions might aggravate it, but you should also cognitively know that making these mild movements is not going to cause you danger. So what I try and train my patients to do is to break out of the cycle of pain. For example, when they have a backache, not to stand up guarding, waiting for that pain to strike. Because when you prep yourself to experience that pain, you're almost turning the volume up of that pain, your perception of that pain, making it last longer, making it more painful, and therefore potentially entering the spiral that is known as chronic pain syndromes. Copy X, tell us what drugs and alcohol you're on. We aren't going to tell the cops. We aren't going to lecture you, but it might change the anesthesia I give you. Some stuff I give you might kill you. Yes, very important to share all of that information. If you smoke cigarettes, especially a lot of cigarettes, that means you have a lot of nicotine exposure, you will go through nicotine withdrawal, and we can help you with that while you're hospitalized, because you're not going to obviously smoke in the hospital. If you are consuming a lot of alcohol every single day, and then you stop out of nowhere, you can develop something known as delirium tremens, which could be a fatal condition if left untreated. Last thing we want you to have is an alcohol withdrawal related seizure. So please tell us about that. And then if you're coming in with chest pain and you're worried about a heart attack, tell your doctor if you're taking Viagra or any of these sexual enhancing medications, because that could also change your medication course. If you use cocaine, you have to let physicians know there are certain medications that we use to slow your heart that can cross-react, like beta blockers in that regard, and can cause all sorts of issues. We're not going to judge you, but we might ask you, are you looking to stop? And perhaps just give you resources or ways to help you overcome this addiction, if that's what it is. So It's kind of a win-win scenario, to tell the truth. Ejaculating blood happens to most people at least once in their lives, and in 99% of cases, it resolves without taking any action within a week. It doesn't even warrant a doctor's visit. Peeing blood for both sexes is a serious medical emergency, and you should immediately go to the ER. People think it's the other way around. I disagree. I think if you have blood coming out of any orifice of your body and there's a concern about it, you should go see your doctor. That being said, there are different risks related to which orifice the blood is coming out and the speed of which it's coming out and how much is coming out. So I never want to tell patients, oh, you're seeing blood, no big deal, you're fine. If you get frequent nosebleeds, if you're seeing blood in your urine, in your stool, in your vomit, in your snot, have a discussion with your doctor. Because guess what? The worst thing that's gonna happen is you have a conversation and you get reassurance. Reassurance can be very good medical advice. My phone is acting up, so if this has already been posted, I apologize. But women, please do not use soap or douching products inside your vagina. It has a delicate pH balance. That the vagina is a self-cleaning, what you see on a waste of money. The people who sell them are predators who only care about your money becoming theirs.
That was some dude shit. I'm still skipping.
And yes, there are certain nutrients that people who sell them are predators who only care about your money becoming theirs. Very, very true. I always say any of these over-the-counter supplement products that promise to slim your waist are actually only slimming your wallet. And yes, there are certain nutrients that the liver needs to function, but eating a healthy diet, a varied diet that is rich in fruits and vegetables and healthy proteins, will get you those nutrients. Getting more is not better than getting the right amount. If you fill up your gas tank and then shove the fuel hose in there and start shooting more, your car will not go faster. It's about having the right amount, not having more of an amount. How to check for skin cancer. If you see any moles or anything that are asymmetrical, odd borders, I mean, this is what we use in medical school to teach the ABCDE of skin cancer graphic here. But I think you should establish a relationship with either a family practice doctor who does skin exams or a dermatologist who does skin exams, especially with dermoscopy, so that they're able to see and actually diagnose which lesion ought to be biopsied, because I see too many people go undiagnosed for too long, and anytime you're waiting longer for diagnosis, the higher rates of complications, the more advanced disease, et cetera, et cetera. And think prevention, sunblock, shade, not going out at the peak UV levels of the day. Good advice. This is gonna sound really basic, but I wish my patients would know what meds they are on when they come to the hospital. At least once a day comes somebody who goes, yeah, I take 8 pills in the morning, 3 in the evening, 4 at lunch, but don't ask me which. Your doctor, you should know. I beg you, before going to a doctor who has never seen you before, write down your meds doses all on a piece of paper. I agree this is a big frustration of ours. A lot of times I'll ask a patient what medication they're on. They say 2 blue ones and a pink. And I'm just like, come on. It's worthwhile investing in your health to know not just what you're on, but if you're also taking care of a loved one, knowing what they're on, that's gonna go a long way in helping them get better outcomes. My hope is that AI and technology can somehow improve this. Because you know what I used to do as a resident when a patient would come in and I would admit them to the hospital and they didn't know what medications they were on? I would ask what pharmacy they use, and a lot of times this was the middle of the night. I would have to wait until morning when the pharmacy opened and call and ask, in the last month, 2 months, whatever it was, what medications did the patient fill, and assume that the patient was actually taking all those medications. Not a great system. You will often feel normal even with a high blood pressure. It's often found incidentally, so don't wait until it gives you symptoms you don't want to go through. We call high blood pressure or hypertension the silent killer. Most people will have no idea that they have high blood pressure. And the important thing that I want people to know about blood pressure is it should be measured at rest, because on average, that's what your blood pressure returns to for the majority of the day. For example, if you're up and about and running around and walking and being active, that blood pressure is not accurately representing your resting blood pressure, which is what we're after in order to make the diagnosis of hypertension. In fact, you need 2 separate visits, accurately measured blood pressure at rest to be able to make that diagnosis. In fact, here's the correct protocol in order to measure blood pressure correctly. A lot of times I see patients say, oh, doctor, I have high blood pressure. I take high blood pressure medications. And yesterday I had a headache, so I took an extra one. Don't do that. We try and control high blood pressure to reduce your multi-year risk of having a heart attack and stroke from prolonged exposure to this high blood pressure. Getting really low blood pressure from taking too much medication can hurt you right then and there, because you could stand up, and because you lower your blood pressure so much, there's not enough pressure to get the blood to your brain. You could fall and really, really hurt yourself, if not lose your life. So acutely, meaning in the short term in a given moment, it's better to have slightly higher blood pressure than really low blood pressure. So you got to be careful with instituting medications. Injuries accumulate. I cannot stress this enough. Little kids have no...
Too boring.
Mayonnaise and stoicism. What do these two things even have in common? A very pertinent query that I myself probably would have asked just a few months back. But after endeavoring to make my own Japanese mayonnaise at home, I have discovered a frightening link between the two.
To begin, I don't even really like mayonnaise that much, but my girlfriend is a big fan of it, and she likes in specific this one mayonnaise called Kewpie, which is this Japanese mayonnaise that has a lot more depth and almost has this kind of chicken broth taste to it. I wanted to make something like that for her, and make it a bit healthier, as much as you can make mayonnaise healthy. And when I first started trying to make the mayonnaise, it didn't go well because I tried to make it too healthy. I used like macadamia oil, I believe, and I used like cold pressed oils, and it just didn't turn out. Like, sure, it might have been healthier because of the fats, it wasn't like processed seed oils. It still was oil, and it didn't even taste good because I just made like some kind of grassy tasting mayonnaise. So I tried a couple more times, I said this isn't gonna, stop me.
You see, the true stoic knows that he can't always get what he wants. But this doesn't stop him from trying again, even when he fails. When something doesn't go his way, it doesn't mean this is never going to happen, I'm going to give up. It means I'm going to have to try again. I'm going to have to put more effort into this to achieve the desired result that I want. And this is something that can be seen in a great many of things. It's not only applicable to the wars that Marcus Aurelius was fighting, it can also be applicable to things as basic as making mayonnaise. Because a big underlying part of Stoic philosophy is that you can't expect things to be easy or to work the first time. The things that are good are just going to fall on your lap, and it's just going to be all sunshines and rainbows. And that is a very big theme within Marcus Aurelius's meditations, is exactly the fact that nothing that is easy is worth having, and that good things actually do take a lot of effort. And effort doesn't necessarily mean brute force. It doesn't mean just keep on trying again, just hammering it down, because sometimes that's not actually what effort is. Because if you just keep on doing the same thing over and over again, not changing anything, that's sure you're putting in a lot of effort, but you're not actually thinking on how to solve the problem, or how to do it a better way, how to find a better method. Just like the mayonnaise, you can't force an emotion. If you just say, I'm just going to keep on adding more, I'm going to stir it even harder, that's not going to make the mayonnaise actually emulsify. If it doesn't want to emulsify, you put the wrong ingredients in. And I looked into what made Kewpie mayonnaise taste like that, and I figured out, it's the tanginess, it's the vinegar, it's this blend, and also with a bit of MSG, and you only have to use yolks to make it that good. And so I tried doing that myself, and it turned out pretty good. And every now and then I'll eat mayonnaise with like wings and stuff, and mayonnaise I make is pretty decent. But anyways, to let the mayonnaise speak for itself, what are you going to need for this recipe? Well, to begin, you're going to need a yolk. For a recipe of around 300 grams, let's say like a jar, so you can double this, you can have this however you want. You'd need 2 large egg yolks, which is around 60 grams. You're going to need 190 grams of a refined oil. For best flavor, you'd want something that doesn't have a very strong taste, like high oleic sunflower oil. You can use avocado oil, but keep in mind there will be more of that taste there, almost like a grassy note. If you're okay with that, that's fine. You're going to want 23 grams of white rice vinegar and 7 grams of apple cider vinegar.
2.5 grams of salt and 6 grams of honey, or any sort of syrup really. Coconut syrup works great as well. And you can add a splash of white pepper if you want. Additionally, you'd want 0.6 grams of MSG. And the MSG, you can skip it, but it is very instrumental in really making the yolks pop. And it gives it this kind of very brothy and rich taste. Once I added it to the mayonnaise, it made a hell of a lot of a difference. So I do really recommend using that. So what I usually do is I get the immersion blender, I'll get the yolks and with just a teaspoon of the white rice vinegar. And you want to put the MSG in right at the start. And everything else that I said before, I usually put in a separate mixture and then I add it in at the end. Just so your mayonnaise doesn't split. And that's a mistake that I learned from experience. Especially if you're gonna whisk it by hand, that's gonna be absolutely indispensable that you don't add in the vinegar all at the start because it's not gonna be able to emulsify properly. So you wanna give this a good stir just to make sure everything's together.
Like Seneca says, fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men. And the person who is willing to take failure and accept it as a fact and say, hey, look, I'm just gonna have to do it again. You know, I might have to try a few more times, it's fine. Maybe it won't turn out this time, but next time it will. Or I'm not going to stop, even if it's not next time, I'm not going to stop until it does work out. And that's what separates the stoic man between the man who, you know, gets hit with failure one time and just says, that's it, I'm done, I'm obviously not good at this. Because that's really not how life is. You're very lucky if you can just hop into a field, you know, do something for the first time and you get the exact desired result that you want.
And you're gonna wanna start adding the oil very slowly. I recommend around like 10 grams and then just blending it until you start to see that kind of thick texture. So even at this very early stage, we can see this kind of creaminess that we have going on. And the more oil you add, the more thick it will become, but you want this kind of pasty look to it. If it's kind of watery, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it might have broken, in which case it's not an issue. You can just start over with a new yolk. Just keep adding oil bit by bit and it will keep on thickening, and then you can add all the other ingredients right at the end when you've finished adding in all the oil. During the mixing process, if it becomes a bit too like thick and clumpy, which can happen because the yolk's really doing all the work with the oil, it can even become a bit difficult to blend. You can just add a bit of the mixture that we set aside, which is mainly vinegar, and that will kind of loosen it up and make it a lot easier to blend. The thing before, when I was making the mayonnaise, it did not have any of this kind of aroma. It didn't have this texture as well. I couldn't get the texture down. I kept on trying. As Marcus Aurelius says, can anything useful be accomplished without change? Instead of being stubborn and thinking that kind of the recipe that I had or the way that I wanted to do it at the time was the best, I had the approach that I actually had to change, you know, to make it taste better, to make it this kind of consistency that I wanted. And that kind of mentality is necessary to be able to move forward in any sort of endeavor, whether that's business, social, personal, or in mayonnaise making, as is the case with me right now.
Again, we come back to this main idea that when the base is wrong, you cannot expect success. And this is with the mayonnaise, but this is with many things. To look for a fig in winter is a madman's act, as the Stoic proverb goes. And this is applicable to so many things. You can look at in terms of money or love. Some businesses will not work because they need a change inside them. There needs to be something that's reinvented. Something needs to be done differently. If you face failure within a business, that's fine, but you just need to address, you know, why did this failure come about? What was I doing wrong? Take accountability, try and figure out how you can improve. And people who are too stubborn to do that, or, you know, they don't have the willpower to accept failure and say, that's fine, I'm going to keep on going until I can succeed. These are the people who don't get very far in life. I think the whole mayonnaise analogy is actually incredibly relevant to relationships, because a lot of people, they might break up and then get together again and then break up and get together again. Or they might, you know, just try and keep on forcing this relationship to work, when in reality, again, it's not about brute force. If, you know, the mixture is wrong, if the people just don't get along, if there's some underlying issues that are still unresolved, no matter how much you will it, you can't will it into existence when the problems are still there and they are too glaring to be ignored. And that is the issue that a lot of people
make
face.
the damn mayonnaise?
We are almost done.
Because if you're making mayonnaise and it doesn't work out, or
was wrong.
Too much stoicism not enough
of
mayonnaise.
itself. It's about how you're going to react to that. If you react in a something wrong here, that's why maybe I had this argument in the relationship. That's why, didn't make any money, spent like 10K of my money on this business and it failed. That's not the issue in and of itself. It's about how you're going to react to that. If you react in a bad way to that and you let it hold you down, then yeah, it's terrible. You know, if you can't look at the issue and say, you know what, I'm going to try and fix this, and so I'm going to make it better. I'm going to iterate on that. Just like with the mayonnaise, like I made really bad mayonnaise a few times, and I was like, yo, this is terrible. But I said, you know what, like I'm just going to keep on trying because I want to make this mayonnaise, make my girlfriend happy. You know, I want to prove to myself, most of all, that I can do this, that I'm not a failure, that I'm not like, I don't try a couple times and I just say, you know, I'm done, that's it, I don't have it in me. Because having it in you is not being a natural born talent and just the first time that you try everything you just excel at it, you know, because you're Mozart, you're just this like prodigy. No, most of us, it isn't like that, and that's okay. It's having the drive to keep on going, to be hit with failure and to say, I'm not gonna let this hold me back. I'm going to change whatever issues I have, I'm going to work on my problems, and I'm going to amplify the stuff that I'm good at so I can reach my final goal. That is what success is. The lesson that I learned from the mayonnaise is that if something's not working, change it and be okay with the fact that failure is a part of life and that you can't brute force your way into things. I mean, sometimes you have to step back. You have to take a breath a lot of the time and say, okay, what did I do wrong? You know, what maybe did I do right? And to reiterate, to go in with a different approach. And that's where most people's problems come from. You can't expect to have success when you fail, you see that you failed, and you don't actually address that. The person who is most likely to be successful is someone who will constantly improve, who'll see that he made a mistake, and will say, I'm going to try again, I'm going to do it even better, and will have the perseverance to keep on going. And that's what so many of us lack in a lot of fields. It's the perseverance, and it's this mindset. It's purely psychological. It's having the perseverance to keep on going in spite of failure, in spite of feeling down sometimes.
And now we are basically done. We have this incredibly thick mayo, so thick that it doesn't even fall from the mixer. And I recommend adding a bit of water to this. I usually do. Also makes it slightly less calorically dense and easier to mix properly and to kind of spoon, make it a bit creamy. Great mayonnaise for chicken, for potatoes, all sorts of things. Has a very nice savory taste. If you want, make it at home. Tell me what you think. With the mayonnaise, it's not expected that you can get everything right the first time. You have to reiterate, you know, improve a bit every single time, and then by a couple attempts, you know, you're going to have a result that you're actually happy with. And I thought that I had problems with my mixing or that I was doing something else wrong, but the truth is that the base itself was wrong. And I can't, no matter how much like I wanted to kind of keep on mixing it and keep on trying to get this exact batch wrong, when my base was wrong, you know, sometimes I was adding too much acid, I was adding oil just too quickly, like my technique was wrong in that situation. It just wouldn't work out, and I'd have to take a breath, step back, and just say, look, I'm going to do this again. Marcus Aurelius had a quote about this kind of perseverance by saying, you know, the rational animal is able to make every hindrance its own material. And even if something you view it as a setback in the moment, just say, look, I'm gonna learn from this. You know, add too much vinegar to the mayo at the start, that's fine. Add oil too quickly, not gonna do that again. Mayonnaise tastes like grass, I'm gonna use a different oil. And what usually happens at this point is that my cat has arrived, because my cat is a very big fan of the mayonnaise, and she's gonna try and get up onto the table right now probably, because if I leave this room right now with this mayo right here, she's going to devour it. Here she is. She loves the mayo. She's just like she literally smelt it from the other room, and she's just going to like start getting on my nerves.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I ran into some issues with the audio, but it's kind of ironic that I'm talking about stoicism, you know, and to be able to deal with the cards that you're dealt, you know, and take it like stoically and stuff, and then my audio just kind of cuts out. But I hope it's not a big issue, and I really like the scenery. I really like this little place. I like filming in nature, and yeah, I hope you like the mayonnaise recipe. If you guys enjoy it, you know, tell me what you think. Thanks for sticking around. Give the video a
What a comment. It's why you do that, yo. I'm about to make the minute. No, I'm playing, but I'm ending. Fortnite.